See, up to this point, we have agreed on how we raise our son. But in this situation, she's trying to protect him from the world. I'm trying to prepare him for the world. If he cannot handle me raising my voice to get his attention, to see the bigger picture, he's not ready for a world that doesn't care about his feelings. So I say, you know what? I gotta have a one-on-one with him. I gotta have a one-on-one without... So I take him out to the movies. We get in the car, we take off. Little 20-minute drive, okay? As we're driving, I figure I'll have a little one-on-one with him. Maybe this way it doesn't feel like a talk. I thought he understood what I was trying to say. It's late, we're leaving the movies. We're pulling out of the parking structure, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a cop car. And I made a sound. I was like, ugh. And Frankie goes, what is it, Dad? I said, there's a cop at the light. What are you worried about? He's gonna stop us. How do you know? Watch. I made that left turn. Frankie's losing it. It's happening! I said, relax. I pull over. Cop pulls up from behind. Immediately, driver, windows down. Oh. Driver, hands out the window.
Serious?
Both of them. I can't, I'm fat! He gets to the window, and he's got the flashlight, and he shines the light right in my face. He's like, license, yeah, here. He takes the license, and then of course, do you know why I stopped you? Officer, no I don't, but I'm sure you're about to tell me. You don't have a front plate on your car. I said, officer, you're absolutely right. I do not have a front plate on my car, but my name is actually on the front of the car. Excuse me, my name is on the front of the car. I own a 2012 Ford Flex, and the Ford Flex has the actual word flex written on the hood. I have a friend who does custom automotive work, and he took all the letters off the car except for the letter F, and he made letters so that it spells fluffy on the hood. Okay? Yeah, it sounds impressive. You can do it too for like $23. It's not that bad. They're like refrigerator magnets. You can even move them. Like one day a letter flew off and it said foofy. Look at me, que pendejo. I know, stupid, right? So the officer walks around to the front of the car and he takes his flashlight and he shines the light right on the hood. And he does this, he goes, I knew it! And my son goes, what does that mean? I said, that means we get to go. Oh, Houston, for the first time in a long time, my son was actually impressed by something that I did. You gotta figure, this is not impressive to my son because he grew up in this environment, okay? You saw that, right? I saw like a... That's like the third one I've seen. It's like stuff keeps... People upstairs from Tomball, keep talking. All right, I'll tell you guys what happened. Shakira performed here a few days ago, and Shakira has an amazing show, okay? She doesn't just come out and la 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 I think I just hurt myself. But there's a part of her show where all of a sudden it goes, and there's cannons with confetti that shoot everywhere, right? And I think that was leftover Shakira. Yeah. Can we edit out the part where I burned 800 calories? Oh my God. So where was I? this does nothing for my son. And the reason why I say that is because he grew up in this environment. He's been to 1,000 shows. He's seen me on TV 1,000,000 times. It's not a big deal. But the fact that I got stopped by a cop and the cop recognized me and geeked out and let us go, I earned street cred with my kid. Yeah, Frankie was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, hell yeah, cuz, that's right. You better recognize, player. We get home, he woke up his mom. Mom, you should have seen it. We got stopped by the cops. Are you okay? Yeah, they recognized Dad and they let us go. And she stayed quiet. And I told her, huh? I got recognized. And she said, ah. Now, when it first started happening, listen, guys, I'm not gonna lie, it was actually kind of cute because it was only other Mexicans bringing me these quote-unquote Mexican racist gift baskets. It started in LA after a show. This one guy walks up to me with a basket and he's like, hey, what's up, homie? Got your racist gift basket. I said, we're the same race. Yeah, whatever. All right, whatever. I take it backstage and all the items in the basket made it to my house. There was a Mexican blanket with a tiger on it, a bunch of bottles of Fanta, bottles of sangria, Vicente Fernandez CDs, Mexican candy, pan dulce, sweetbread, mazapanes. Everything made it to my house. Now, the more East Coast we started traveling, and the more down south we started performing, the more creative the gift baskets started getting. Fast forward to Mobile, Alabama. Oh, it gets good. Earlier tonight, before we kicked off this special, my friend Martin was out here making a couple of announcements. One of the announcements that he made was, if you brought a gift, please hold on to it until after the show. Don't bring it to the stage. It could interrupt the flow of the performance. The only reason why he makes this announcement every single night is because of one show in Mobile. So here's what happens. I tell the entire racist gift basket story, the full 16 minutes, right? As soon as I finish, a guy from the back of the theater rushes the front of the stage. Now keep in mind, this area is full. In Mobile, the aisle was right up the middle. So the guy had a clean shot to me. He hauled ass like it was The Price is Right, all the way down. Much like tonight, there was security there that night. Security sees the guy with the basket, but no one thought to stop him. All they did was, that's pretty. Oh, that's nice, that's pretty, yeah. So the guy makes it all the way to the front. He takes the gift basket and he puts it on the stage. Now he's heckling me from where you're sitting. I'm standing here and he's like, Fluffy! What's up, dude? I got this for you. Thank you. Open it. I go, sir, we're kind of in the middle of a show right now. I says, I appreciate the gift. That's very nice of you. I says, but how about this? I'll open it after the show. Oh, come on, Fluffy. I want to see your face. Sir, how about this? How about you take the gift basket and you bring it over here to the side of the stage where security's at, and I'll have security escort you behind the curtain, and then I'll open it up backstage with you in front of me. How's that? And he's not taking no for an answer. Now, the problem is the crowd just saw me tell the racist gift basket story, and all of a sudden there's a guy with a gift basket. They have no idea I'm not affiliated with freaking Duck Dynasty in the front row. So now I'm trying to diffuse the situation before it gets crazy, but he's not taking no for an answer. Next thing you know, he does something no other audience member has ever done in my 19 plus years as a comedian. He takes the whole crowd away from me, flips them, and then uses them on me. In 5 seconds. It was the most amazing, horrific thing I have ever witnessed. This is all he did. Come on, Fluffy! We want to see your face! We want to see your face! We want to see you! He gets 2,000 people behind him to start chanting, we want to see your face! We want to see your face! It was very evident this was not the first rally he's ever led. The crowd is so loud, I can no longer hear myself over the monitor. So I'm like, I lost. So I get on my hands and knees, I put the microphone down, I grab the gift basket, and I start tearing it open. I reach in, Forget about pulling out Mexican soda, Mexican candy, or a Mexican blanket. This dude was a pro. I started pulling out gardening tools. I'm pulling out a rake, a toy shovel, a toy leaf blower. Dig deeper, Fluffy, dig deeper. I pull out a soccer ball. I go, dude, it says Puerto Rico. They ran out of Mexico. I pull out a brick. I go, what's the brick for? The wall. I pull out an actual application for U.S. citizenship. I said, there's no way this can get any worse. Dig deeper. I was wrong. I pull out an old school box of Crayola crayons. You know the 64 pack that has a sharpener in the back? Okay. There's a window on the front of the crayons so you can see all of the colors that are in the box. All of the crayons in the box are brown except for one white crayon right in the middle. And I said, what the hell is that supposed to mean? And he looks at me and he says, welcome to my world. The crowd is laughing so hard, I know for a fact I don't have a joke that's gonna follow that. So I made it seem like that was the end of my performance. I picked up the gift basket, I said, thank you, Mobile! And I gave the guy a dirty look. I go behind the curtain, Martin is waiting behind the curtain, and Martin's like, bro, you killed it out there. I go, Martin, they weren't laughing at my jokes. What were they laughing at? And I showed him the application, and he's like, ah! You're not my friend. You're just not my friend. So I walk into the dressing room, you guys, and I'm pissed, man. I walk in, I close the door, put the basket down, I'm scratching my head, I'm trying to think, what could I have done to have prevented that from getting to where it went? So I'm like, okay, should I have grabbed the gift basket, moved it out of the way? Should I have had security grab the guy? Should I have had security grab the gift basket and the guy? Every idea that I'm coming up with is ending worse. Finally, I accept it. I jump in the shower, I get out, I get dressed, security shows up. Mr. Iglesias? Yeah. Ready? Yeah, give me a second. I grab my backpack, I put on my backpack, I walk over to the door, open up the door, let's go. He sees the gift basket on the chair, and he's trying to be nice. I'll get that for you, sir. Yeah, bring it. Never know when you might need an application. So now he's escorting me out the back door of the theater into an empty parking lot on our way to the tour bus that's at the very end of the parking lot. We're walking for a good 4 minutes. All of a sudden, I hear this. Fluffy! Woo! Fluffy! Fluff, 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 fluffy! I'm like, is he hog calling me? I believe so, sir. It's the guy that gave me the gift basket, and now he's standing next to the tour bus. So there's no way I'm gonna get past him. So I'm like, man. So we stop walking. Security's like, would you like me to call for backup? No, you don't need to call for backup. He's not gonna hurt me, it's just gonna get really weird. So I pull out my cell phone and I'm trying to text Martin. I'm like, come on, Martin, get over. He's not replying. The guy gets tired of waiting next to the bus. So now he's walking towards me, but he's doing it in a really weird way. He's walking towards me like I'm a dangerous animal. Okay? He's doing this. Fluffy. Fluffy, I'm not gonna do anything. And he walks over and he's just ranting. All right, look here, Fluffster. First and foremost, let me just tell you something right now. I've been watching your comedy for about 7 years now, and my favorite joke that you tell is when you give that gift basket to your colored friend G. Man, first time I heard you tell that joke, I wanted to laugh really hard, but I couldn't, right? Because I was at a bar sitting next to 2 black people. And you can't laugh at a black joke in front of black people because they get all uppity, start chanting civil rights and Rosa Parks and shit like that. Hey, I voted for Obama, but it's too soon to laugh. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I took my happy ass home and I got on the internet and I Googled racist gift basket and your joke came up and man, I had me a good old laugh. And I says, you know, I love Fluffy's sense of humor. He likes to push the envelope with his friends and he doesn't allow political correctness to interfere with a good friendship. At the end of the day, you're still friends, you still love each other, you still respect one another. I said, hey, if the Fluffster ever shows his ass here in Mobile, be first in line to get me one of them tickets, and you came. So I tell my friends, let's go see the Fluffster. I said, but first, I bet you anything he'd appreciate it if somebody were to get him one of them gift baskets like he got G, except we got you the UPS basket. UPS basket? What can Brown do for you? So, the problem is, you didn't laugh. You got offended, and I didn't want you to get offended, Fluffster. I wanted you to laugh, but the problem is that, you know, I didn't need you thinking that Mobile was a horrible place and we were horrible people. We were just trying to have a little fun with you the same way you had fun with your buddy G. We work very hard here, 40 plus hours a week myself, and the amount of money and time that we put into that gift basket is only because we love you. Hey, you have any idea how long I was on the goddamn internet trying to find an application for U.S. citizenship? In English? Are you shitting me? Everything's in Espanol. Hey, I voted for Obama. I ain't got time for that. The bottom line is that I'm sorry for interfering with your performance. It'll never happen again. I just wanted to say I'm sorry, and hopefully you'll allow me to take a picture with you. I'm sorry. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a dick. I said, listen, sir, you don't have to apologize. I should apologize. I didn't handle the situation the right way. But you got to look at it through my eyes. I've never had anyone take an entire crowd away from me. That was pretty good, huh? Will you listen? Yes, that was pretty good. Look, I'm very sorry that I got upset. First time that happens, I won't let that happen again. You don't have to apologize. I will be more than happy to take a picture with you. Now see, that's what I'm saying right there. That's what I'm saying right there. All my friends are like, the hell with that beaner. I said, nope, that beaner is good people. So let me give you a heads up as to what has happened since the last time I did a special. My son Frankie is now 19 years old. 19 years old, high school graduate. He has all his shots, ladies. People tell me all the time, you know, why do you talk about your son so much? Because he won't leave. Does he like it when you talk about him? I said, no, he hates it. Well, why do you do it? Because he won't leave. I'll tell you what he likes to do right now. He likes to sit around the house and watch videos of other kids playing video games. See, some of you are clapping. I didn't know that was an actual thing. I asked him, what are you doing? I'm watching other kids playing video games. I said, that's really? Why? Well, they're professionals. I'm like, why would you watch something that you could be doing? Because they're professionals. That's dumb. Really, Dad? Every Sunday, I see you watching football. How come you don't play? I didn't even argue. I just cut off the internet. My son's problem right now is that he has, according to him, too many options. Okay, that's his problem. I'm like, poor guy. I have so many options, Dad. I don't know what to do. Write them down. Put them on a wheel. Freaking. Today, plumber. Something. The problem is we go places, people find out he is my son, and then they offer him opportunities. He doesn't understand that that's not how the real world works. I know about struggling and clawing and fighting for the opportunity to do something. He doesn't get it yet. And that's my fault. For example, I take him and his mom out to dinner, okay? I took them both to Red Lobster. Now, Houston, me personally, I love Red Lobster, okay? And not even for the seafood. I'm talking about the biscuits. Oh, yeah. So we're sitting there and we're having a conversation with our son about life, opportunity, what does he want to do with himself? And as we're talking to him, the manager from Red Lobster walks over to our table. And he's being really cool, right? He's like, hey. And I'm like, hey. He looks at my son. Is this the infamous Frankie? I said, why, yes, it is. He just graduated. Congratulations. And he's looking for a job. The manager goes, oh, say no more. And he gives my son a business card. And then he starts to say, listen, Frankie, this is all you have to do. Just go online and fill out the application. Once it's registered, call me personally, and I'll see to it that you get an interview. The only position we have available right now is for a host, but there's plenty of room for opportunity here at Red Lobster. Besides, you got one hell of a reference. And then he walked away, and I was like, oh my God. I'm gonna get free biscuits. My son looks at me and says, I don't want to work at Red Lobster. I said, Frankie, no one is making you work anywhere. This is just another opportunity that you're wasting. Okay, no Red Lobster. What's your plan? Oh, I don't know. I got frustrated, so I raised my voice. Well, you better start thinking. His mom didn't like that. Don't talk to him like that. I said, look, biscuit blocker. Has done a special here yet. Tonight is the first one. It wasn't the Rolling Stones, it wasn't the Eagles. They trusted a comedian to make this happen. So I want to say thank you. Is anybody else staying here at the Hard Rock? Hey, me too. This is a beautiful hotel, and I'm not just saying that because my room is free. You know you're in a nice hotel and casino when you turn on your TV in your room and they have their own video. Like if you're staying here, you turn on the TV, you get this. Welcome to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. 24-hour gambling 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I'm sitting there like, why can't I stop watching this? And I started thinking at this point, why don't they just do that to the slot machines? You know what I mean? Gambling's already shameless, might as well go all the way. You walk up to one of the little machines, pop in a 20. Don't stop. I'm not gonna stop. People are walking by. What are you doing? Trying to get the jackpot. Yeah, man. I'm gonna start the show off tonight with a question. That's not normally how comedy shows happen, but I'm gonna start it off with the question. The question is, who here tonight has never heard of me up until tonight? 5. 2, 5. Okay, to those of you, the 5 of you, I say, sorry. I know you got excited, you saw the ticket, you saw the last name, and then I walked out and you're like, Enrique got bigger. The only reason why I ask who has never seen or heard of me before is because if you have, then you know the type of show that I do. And you know the type of show that I don't do. Like, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, who not to vote for, what shot to take, or what baby to get rid of. That's not for me to say. And if you're already offended, you just missed the whole point of that. I'm telling you what I'm not gonna do. I promise you, I am here to entertain, not offend. Okay? We're gonna have fun with everybody, starting with me, but I'm just gonna let you know, we are living in a very different time. I've been doing this so long, I always figured as long as I'm being nice, I shouldn't have any issues. But it's a very different time. This is year 27 for me. Yeah. 27 years of being a comedian. And in those 27 years, I never had to worry. You know, when I first got started, 1997, I was clean shaven. Yeah, I had hair. I know, look at some of you. What happened? Huh? Vaccine, I know. I'm kidding. Sorry, Florida. I'm kidding. I said vaccine. Some of you were like, I told you. Yeah, no.
Te dije, el gordo dijo. Yeah.
And oh, by the way, I have some friends that tell me, dude, man, you're making money now. Why don't you get the hair thingy? I said, for what? Well, you know, some women, they want a guy with hair. Well, good for them. And they're not lying. I have gone out with some women that made it a point to tell me that hair was important. One told me flat out, I need to be able to run my fingers through your hair. Yeah? And I told her, hey, look, if you go deep enough, you're gonna get your wish. You were not specific on location. Hey, you want hair, you want pelos? I got you. But yeah, 27 years of being a comedian. And in those 27 years, I have seen a lot of comedians come and go. And I feel very grateful that in all that time, we've still managed to maintain a certain level. So I feel like we're doing something right, which feels weird to me because now I feel like you gotta be very mindful. Okay, you gotta be extra mindful. Like, 27 years of being a comedian, I finally started hearing people tell me things that I've never heard before. I started hearing people tell me things like, hey, Fluffy, I grew up watching you. Which is an incredible compliment. Because that doesn't just say that you're a fan. That says that you're invested. That says that you've been following this career for a very long time. Some of you, the first time you saw me perform, you were kids. And now some of you are here tonight with your kids. And so I just want to say thank you for all those years of trust and continuing to come back to see the show. It means a lot. Hearing someone say they grew up watching me, that is one of the most beautiful compliments any entertainer can receive. And I understand that now with therapy, that's what that means. Look, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I heard someone tell me that they grew up watching me, I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to process because nobody wants to feel like they're getting old. So the first time I heard it, I was like, second time I heard it, I was like, buy a hat. The third time I accepted it, I was like,
many years ago, when I first got started, all of this was land as far as the eye could see. It was a very different time.
And by the way, I don't know why my old voice is white. He just is. I tried doing the Mexican voice, but you don't take him as serious, you know? Just,
No, pues chingue su madre, cabrón. Ahí andamos en el rancho y nos mandaron a la chingada, güey. Está bien difícil.
So let me give you a heads up as to what has happened since the last time I did a special. My son Frankie is now 19 years old. 19 years old, high school graduate. He has all his shots, ladies. People tell me all the time, you know, why do you talk about your son so much? Because he won't leave. Does he like it when you talk about him? I said, no, he hates it. Well, why do you do it? Because he won't leave. I'll tell you what he likes to do right now. He likes to sit around the house and watch videos of other kids playing video games. See, some of you are clapping. I didn't know that was an actual thing. I asked him, what are you doing? I'm watching other kids playing video games. I said, that's really? Why? Well, they're professionals. I'm like, why would you watch something that you could be doing? Because they're professionals. That's dumb. Really, Dad? Every Sunday, I see you watching football. How come you don't play? I didn't even argue. I just cut off the internet. My son's problem right now is that he has, according to him, too many options. Okay, that's his problem. I'm like, poor guy. I have so many options, Dad. I don't know what to do. Write them down. Put them on a wheel. Freaking. Today, plumber. Something. The problem is we go places, people find out he is my son, and then they offer him opportunities. He doesn't understand that that's not how the real world works. I know about struggling and clawing and fighting for the opportunity to do something. He doesn't get it yet. And that's my fault. For example, I take him and his mom out to dinner, okay? I took them both to Red Lobster. Now, Houston, me personally, I love Red Lobster, okay? And not even for the seafood. I'm talking about the biscuits. Oh, yeah. So we're sitting there and we're having a conversation with our son about life, opportunity, what does he want to do with himself? And as we're talking to him, the manager from Red Lobster walks over to our table. And he's being really cool, right? He's like, hey. And I'm like, hey. He looks at my son. Is this the infamous Frankie? I said, why, yes, it is. He just graduated. Congratulations. And he's looking for a job. The manager goes, oh, say no more. And he gives my son a business card. And then he starts to say, listen, Frankie, this is all you have to do. Just go online and fill out the application. Once it's registered, call me personally, and I'll see to it that you get an interview. The only position we have available right now is for a host, but there's plenty of room for opportunity here at Red Lobster. Besides, you got one hell of a reference. And then he walked away, and I was like, oh my God. I'm gonna get free biscuits. My son looks at me and says, I don't want to work at Red Lobster. I said, Frankie, no one is making you work anywhere. This is just another opportunity that you're wasting. Okay, no Red Lobster. What's your plan? Oh, I don't know. I got frustrated, so I raised my voice. Well, you better start thinking. His mom didn't like that. Don't talk to him like that. I said, look, biscuit blocker.
A long time ago stood a man known as Fluffy, and he had a TV show called Stand Up Revolution. And on the weekends, he recorded an online internet show called Stand Up Revolution, the Highlight Show. That's right, you guys. This is Gabriel Iglesias, and I'm basically setting up my own biography in case something happens, like the internet killing me like they did about a month ago. So, you guys, I'm here coming to you from Strong Beach, California. That's right, Strong Beach, yeah. And I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to introduce you guys to another comedian here. This guy, I've known him for about 16, 17 years. I used to see him at a bar in the corner looking all creepy because I just thought he was one of those guys. Then come to find out he was a comedian who just knew how to stay to himself and stay quiet, which is probably the best thing in the world because then you ruffle feathers and piss people off and then, you know, you become that guy. So here he is. His name is Mike Merrill. He's funny and I'm not gonna lie. We used to nickname him Baby Shaq and you'll see why. Here he goes, Mike Merrill.
Because I performed in places where you didn't see any other black people, man. I performed in a place called Colorado. And at first, not only did I not see black people, I didn't even see black things. Things that were supposed to be black was not black. My shadow was white. It had long hair, like a thundercat. It was all beautiful. So I get uptight when I go somewhere and I feel like I'm the only letter on the page. Because black people have a complicated relationship with each other, man. It's very complicated. We go to one place, There ain't that many other black people. We're like, man, it ain't no black people here. Somebody might try to kill me. But then we go somewhere else and be like, wait a minute, it's too many black people here. Somebody might try to kill me. Because we need an optimum number of black people, enough so that we feel safe, but not so many that somebody might be like, that fool owed me $7. Pop, pop, pop. See, now you're dead. Now you're dead. Because you don't know who's going to start shooting, man. We can't predict people's emotions. I didn't know my boy was jealous until he introduced his girl to us. He didn't want anybody to look at her. He brought her around. He's like, oh, so y'all just going to disrespect me by looking at my girl all in her face like that. But I don't understand that. You should feel good if people are looking at your girl. That means she looks good. You wouldn't want to introduce your girl when people have the opposite reaction. You're like, hey, everybody, it's my girlfriend. What you think about her? Nah, she's terrible. You need to take her back to the Dollar Tree or, wherever she came from. She's not right. So you calling my girl ugly? I wouldn't say she's ugly, but I would say she has a difficult reflection. That's the way I would put it. He knew his girl wasn't cute because she had a real ugly name. He was like, so you trying to say that my girl Gargamel has a difficult reflection? What'd you say her name was? Gargamel, fool. G''Argamel. You understand? Can't feel bad about stuff like that, though. My girl actually thought I was ugly. She didn't just come around and say it, though. She said it in a roundabout way. She was like, I used to date tall, sexy guys, and I found you, and... Well, I found you. What the hell you mean you found me like I'm a nickel? I'm cute under the correct light, if you look at me correctly. But don't just let it end there. Your girl always wants honesty, so you gotta be honest with her. She's like, babe, you're getting fat. Girl, you've been fat. I'm just trying to catch up. I don't want you to feel alone. We're in this together, you understand what I'm saying? But also, quit giving black men stereotypes, but we gotta prove something. Supposed to be great lovers, so now women come to the bedroom with expectations. What, you gonna do a special move? Huh? You gonna burn some incense? You gonna do a light show? I ain't doing none of that. I have asthma, I don't have health insurance. They ain't gonna kill me. You're not gonna kill me. But I had a 5-hour energy. Well, you're about to have a 4-minute disappointment. I told you. You're not killing me. You don't want asthma love anyway. I'm gonna be wheezing and crying. I had to stop in the middle of making love one time to use my inhaler. That's not romantic. She's like, why'd you stop? Because I was dying, okay? You're selfish. You're selfish. Thank you. You guys are wonderful. My name is Mike Merrill. I'm out of here.
There you have him, you guys. The man, the myth, the legend, the one known as Mike Merrill. Please don't forget to follow him right there and follow me, because if you follow Mike, you should follow me, because we're friends. Yeah. So, and don't forget to subscribe somewhere right here, editor. Can you editor, this week, let's do something spectacular for the people that are watching. Can you make the most impressive subscribe button ever? And we'll hope that everyone will do just that. Editor, work your magic. And while the editor's working his magic and you can't see what I'm doing, I am enjoying this. All right, you guys, we'll see you next week with more Stand Up Revolution, the highlight show. Subscribe.
To the fluffy, baby, to the fluffy.
Making a woman snort when she laughs at a joke is almost as good as making a woman fart when she comes.
¡Sácate, pendejo! ¡Lárgate, cabrón! ¡Quítate, desgraciado!
But I can handle it though, I can handle it. People say, well, Gabriel, you go up there and you make fun of yourself. No, I don't. I come up here and I tell you the things that I heard people say. There's a difference. Sometimes I set myself up for jokes and I don't realize it. 3 years ago, I bought a Beetle, not even thinking. That's not the joke, shut up. See, I can't even tell you guys this story already. I wasn't thinking. I bought the car because it was affordable, economical, brand new freaking Beetle for like 17 grand. I was like, first new car. I go to show it off at my friend Martin's house. I thought it was nice. I pull up, Martin! He lives in the hood. I don't get out of the car. Across the street, there are these gang members. The kind of gang members that don't really get into, like shooting people and stuff like that. They just hang out on the porch and talk a lot of smack. And so I'm there in a Beetle, and across the street I hear this, right? I'm like, Martin! And over here I hear, Órale! Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? How'd you get in there, is it? Hurry up, Martin! 2 months later, I go back to pick him up. Now I've had some time to work on the car, right? I put some rims on it, some stickers. I put a chip in the motor so it goes faster. I thought it was bad, right? I pull up. Martin! Órale! I'm not turning around. Hey! Hey! I don't see you. Hey! Oh! What? Check it out, hey! It's the Fat and the Furious! I didn't even wait, man. Got rid of that car, man. I traded it in and got myself a big old SUV. Oh, it was nice for a while. This car freaking sucked on mileage, so man, I got 11 miles to the gallon. Oh, you cannot be badass in a car that kills gas like I kill tacos. You can't be at the stoplight trying to intimidate other cars. What? Whoa. $20 right there. Hell no, man. But it was kind of cool. It had a GPS navigational system in it, an OnStar, which was really cool. I'm driving and all of a sudden this girl's talking to me.
Right turn up ahead. In 3/4 tenths of a mile, left turn.
And I'm like, whatever you say, baby.
Because, after 2019, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. Honestly, for me, I thought that 2019 was the best year I ever had in comedy. And the reason why I say this is because I was this close to hosting the Oscars. Yeah. Pretty sure I got a good chance next year. The year that I almost got to host, that was the year that Kevin Hart was supposed to host. And I don't know if you guys remember the story or not, but basically, Kevin Hart was supposed to host the Oscars. And anytime you host, the background check is next level, okay? They go through all of your social media, all the way back to MySpace. People over 40, you know what's up. Come to find out that 10 years ago, Kevin Hart had sent out a couple of tweets that were questionable. So the Academy confronted Kevin Hart about the tweets. And they said, Kevin, can you please explain? And Kevin was like, yes, I said those things. I acknowledged them 10 years ago. And I apologized 10 years ago. Can we move forward? And the Academy was like, well, good, Kevin. We're glad that you apologized because they've been brought to our attention again. And we need for this to go away. So we need you to apologize. And Kevin said, you can't make me apologize twice for the same thing 10 years apart. And they said, well, you have to, because if you don't, you cannot host the Oscars. And Kevin said, well, thank you, but no thank you. And he walked away from the job. I would have done the same thing in his position.
Because by him apologizing, he gives more power to cancel culture, and we can't give him more. We got to take it back. So now the Academy was left with a problem, trying to find a suitable replacement for Kevin Hart, which is not an easy thing to do. So they reached out to a bunch of actors to see if there was interest, and everyone said the same thing. Thank you, but no thank you. We want no part of that Kevin Hart drama. No one wanted the job. Me, on the other hand, I recognize a job opening when I see one. So I had my manager call the Academy, and the Academy was thrilled to hear from anyone. They were like, Gabriel Iglesias, yes, we know who he is. He's very funny, very witty. We think he would make a good host for the Oscars. Please have him submit some comedy material so we can see what the vibe of the night would be. And based on the material, we'll make our choice. So that's what I did. I sat down one night, got a pen, piece of paper, wrote out a bunch of jokes, and I turned them into the Oscars. And I think that's why they said no. This is cool, you guys. We've been in town all week hanging out, having fun. And for me, this is cool because I've been coming here for so long. And it's nice to walk into places and have people freak out. I'm not going to lie. It does something for me. You know, I'm walking into McDonald's and they're losing it. What are you doing here? Hello, I have one too. But now I find myself abusing the power. You know, I get to the register and they're freaking out. You know, are you Gabriel Iglesias? I'm like, I don't know. Is the food free? Yes, it is. And like for me, the best hookup so far, has been at Disney. Oh man, I showed up, people were giving me free stuff left and right. You know, I'm there with my family and they were loving it. Free sodas, hats and stuff. And people kept walking up. Can we take a picture? Can we take a picture? You know, and I'm not one of those, you know, I'm not one of those, you know, no, get away. Nuh-uh. I didn't get attention as a kid, so now it's on. So all day, picture. And the serious highlight for me was watching two kids walk past Disney characters to get to me. Oh, and they were hating. I could hear them too. Whatever, dude. All day, picture, and all it took was one to crush me. Yeah, just humbled you really quick. And I walked up to me, he's all, you know, like, oh my God, I just saw you on TV. Oh, can I take a picture? Let's do it, bro. Oh my God, this is so cool. It's so cool. I can't wait to tell my dad I took a picture with the guy that repossesses cars. Ladies and gentlemen, from Operation Repo, the star, Mr. Lou Pizarro. Hey, what's up? Hell yeah. No, hombre, dude, you look like you've been repossessing quesadillas, bro. Seriously. All right, we gotta settle it. We were here together in one spot, all over the internet, the two lookalikes. All right, we gotta settle it. Who's fatter? Don't make me fall on you, bro. Seriously, yeah, look at it. Damn! Oh, yeah, you and I, we could play football, huh? We won't even move, just go ahead, come on. Oh, I'm already sweating, look, just hugging you.
Está haciendo calor. It's so hot.
Yeah. But we are here, you guys. I am so excited to be doing this show. I've been given this opportunity, and I want to share it with as many of my personal friends that are comics. And it's going to be a good time, you guys. And it was a really big fight with the network to come up with the title for the show. Because when they find out, you know, it was me, and that I was going to have a few of my amigos on the show, automatically they tried to put a catchy name for it. Anytime comedy clubs, networks, theaters get together, and there's more than one minority on a show, they always want to put a catchy name. You know, for as long as I've been performing in Arizona, anytime I do a show and there's more than 3 Latinos, forget it. Latino night, Hispanic night, you know, Mojado Monday or Taco Tuesday or Wetback Wednesday or Tortilla Thursday or Fiesta Friday or Sábado Gigante. But they do that to everybody. That happens to African Americans as well. They'll call the show Urban Night, Apollo Night, Def Jam Comedy Night. But that's as far as they'll take it. And they won't take it to the next level like they will for us. Because, you know, there's people fighting for black rights. We don't have anyone. We got Repo. And he's got his own agenda, you know? I guarantee you, my African American brothers and sisters, you will never see a malt liquor Monday. Or Tupac Tuesday, or Watermelon Wednesday, or Thong to Thong Thong Thursday, or Fried Chicken Friday, or Sookie Sookie Saturday, or Slap a Hoe Sunday. And that most definitely would never happen to rednecks. He got quiet. I'm gonna do the joke. Because it'll never happen. You'll never hear of a monster truck Monday or a trailer park Tuesday or white trash Wednesday or take your sister out Thursday. Look at.
Oh, hell no, Fluffy. You done crossed the line now. I'm from Apache Junction. We don't play that.
So I also want to thank the promoters. The promoters did a really nice job with the show. They put us at a nice hotel, by the way. A nice hotel. You know you're in a nice hotel when you get inside of the elevator and it talks. It's one of those, you know.
First floor. Second floor. Third floor.
I'm like, man, she sounds hot.
Fourth floor. Fifth floor. Oh, yeah.
Martina asked me, how far are you going up? I said, all the way. I'll tell you something else that's simple that makes me very happy. The venue here has very nice accommodations backstage. The dressing rooms, I like the fact that, you know, they still have light switches in there, which is pretty cool. And the reason I make this a big deal is because we're doing a lot of these shows at our big venues, and a lot of them are starting to go green. And so they're putting sensors in all the dressing rooms, and sensors are good when they work. When they work, I love sensors. As soon as you get to the door, it feels you, and then the whole room just... I hate the sensors that are all old and messed up, and then, you know, you got to walk into a dark-ass room and establish your presence. You know, just... And if you're lucky... And then 8 seconds later... Some don't stop there. Some keep going, you know. I like the fact that when I washed my hands earlier, there's knobs. I like it. You know, I can control the temperature. I can control the pressure. That's great. Some places take that away from us, and then they replace it with a sensor. And then, you know, it's hard enough being a comedian, but now I got to be a magician. Nothing. Then you walk away. Shh. I feel like there's someone behind the mirror messing with me, like, watch this. Some places stop there, some places keep going. When I wash my hands, I like a lot of soap. I like a good soap dispenser, the pump, you know. Some take that away and they replace it with that little spout that goes next to the faucet. So then you have to stick your hand under it, and then you get that little... You know you need more, so you pull it out and then you go back in, but the sensor's like, no, it's still you. Now you gotta trick it, you know. Once you do get enough soap on your hands, now you got to rinse it off, but you can't because the timer for the water's timed out. So now you have to back up, and then you have to reintroduce yourself to the sink. And then it's a race to get the soap off your hands. Now you got to dry it. Some places still give you paper towels. Some take the paper towels away, and they put them in a box with another sensor. So there you are. 3 inches of paper. 3 inches of paper. You can't do anything with 3 inches. Ask any woman, they'll tell you. So there you are. You know. I need control. I need power. I need the crank. You know. Some places stop there. Some places keep taking more control away from us. You ever walk into a bathroom stall, close the door, lock it, turn around, look at the toilet, and see a blinking red light on the wall? And you're like, really? Here too? You're trying to get the tissue paper off the wall for the seat. The second you take a step, I didn't even do anything. You get the paper. Hey! You turn around and you put it on like a cape. And then you let it slide down your back while you slowly try to time it just right. And just as you're about to sit on the toilet, somebody always walks into the bathroom and distracts you. Huh? But it's too late. Your knees are bent. And unless you do CrossFit, you're not coming back from that shit. And your bare ass touches the seat and you're like, ah! And just when you think it can't get any worse, and all this water splashing up, hitting you right in the ass. And then the water goes down the drain and it creates this air tunnel that goes right between your legs. So you got a tsunami in your ass. You have a tornado in the front. And who's the victim?
Pikachu.
You haven't even made magic yet and you're already being violated by plumbing. Now you're sitting there, you're dripping in shame. You do what you gotta do. Now it's time for maintenance. Now it's time for cleanup. So then you reach over for the paper. And the problem with the paper, you guys, is that anytime it's a big venue like this, they don't want to have to keep sending the janitorial people to keep restocking the bathroom. So instead of putting a human-size toilet paper roll inside of the human-size toilet paper roll dispenser, they go to Costco or Sam's Club and they get one of those big old gorilla rolls, right? And they force it in there. And then they close the door on it. And it's just big wheel locked in place. And you can't find where it starts because they glue it. You're trying. Out of desperation, you pull out your car keys and you cut into the side of it like a bag of cocaine on Narcos. Then you get the paper. You try to wipe. Ah! Give it 1 year, Austin. 1 year. They're going to take full control of the bathroom. You're going to be sitting there. You're going to be doing what you got to do. And then you're going to look over at the toilet paper and you're going to think of me. You're going to think of me because watch, I'm predicting it right now. A year from now. You're going to look at the toilet paper and you're going to see a blinking red light on it. And you're like, oh my God, he called it. And you'll be sitting there and you're going to, oh man. One sheet. You're going to get frustrated and just sit on it. Just sorry, I know that was a lot of culo right there. Good deal. Food trucks are my favorite, especially for Mexican food. You know, I love a good taco truck. But here's the only thing. If you're going to go to a taco truck, make sure you do a little research. Look and see who's running it. All right? For me to know that I'm going to have a good experience, I want to make sure that it's an all-female crew running that taco truck. Not to sound sexist, let me just explain. They make me feel special. When I walk up at 1 o'clock in the morning and I have a little buzz going, they make me feel good about myself. I walk up. Hello? They come to the window. Hola, mi gordito, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? Ese gordito chulito. How are you, mijo? Mira, a ver, ojitos, ojitos, ojitos. What would you like, mijo? What would you like? What would you like? Feel like a kid. Can I have a taco? Lo que tú quieres, ese gordito chulito. See, when it's an all-male crew, it's very different. It's late. Customer service is not their strongest point. They're tired, they're bitter, they want to go home, and then I show up. Hello? And they come to the window.
¿Qué chingados quieres, pinche gordo? What you want? What you want?
Hey, what's up, bro? Can I have a taco?
Okay, what else?
That's it. Ah. That's not even a word. But you know exactly what he just told you. Mexican people and only Mexican people have this sound that we make that can just discredit anything you put in front of us. It's very simple. Anything with that sound. I just graduated from college, top of my class. Fine, I'll work at Burger King.
Papi, this is my fiance. He loves me.
Fine, I'll be a whore. Just saying, so Listen, Austin, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I feel like just a little bit of a superhero. A little bit like a superhero in the sense that I'm able to walk out in front of large groups of people and change people's moods, you know? But like any superhero, I got my weakness too. I come out here and I make you happy, and then I go home and I piss off one person. Yeah, because Frankie's mom doesn't want to hear about you guys. She doesn't. I can't go home bragging. You know, baby, you don't understand. It was crazy out there in Austin.
That's nice. Take out the trash.
But they were clapping and chanting.
Oh, is that gonna help? Okay. Take out the trash. Take out the trash. Take out the trash.
But they told me they love me. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I'm celebrating an anniversary of me having my first ever celebrity death hoax. I guess the internet tried to kill me about a year ago. And 25 million people read an article that I died due to complications from diabetes. And I was like, I asked my son, I said, hey, did you hear I died? That's what they meant. I go, what do you mean that's what they meant? Well, my friends were asking if you were okay. Well, what'd you tell them? I hadn't seen you. Good deal. It's pretty crazy. 25 million people read an article that I died, but no one called me. I got a few text messages. Actually, I take that back. The only person that called was Martin. And I think that's just to make sure that he still had employment. You know what I mean? Hello? Hey, you dead? No, man, I'm alive. I figured you would have texted me. Good friend. My son Frankie, he's now 18. Yeah. Some of you are clapping like he's leaving. Nope. I asked him, hey, what are you going to do with yourself now that you're 18? What are you going to do? Have you thought about college? Just now. Okay. And I tell him, I says, Frankie, if you want to go to college, the only thing stopping you is you. I says, I tell a lot of jokes. I will pay for your entire college education. You can go to school anywhere you want as long as you get accepted. What do you think about that? I said, if you want to go to school in California, we'll make it happen. You want to go to school somewhere else in America, we'll make it happen. I said, hell, I'll even do one of those special international programs. You know, the ones where you give them one of your children and then they give you one of their children? You know, what is it when you kid swap? Thank you. Sorry, I was like, some of you are like,
That's called human trafficking.
It's a different program. I would love to do an exchange program with my son, but don't give me a regular kid. If I'm gonna do an exchange program, give me a kid from like a hardcore third world country so that he appreciates all the basic things most children take for granted. You know, like food, electricity, running water, a roof, stuff that costs money, but they just figure it's part of the package. Give me little Tombutu. I would love Tombutu. Give me little Tombutu.
Mr. Fluffy,
Yes, Tombutu.
I was wondering, what time do we go to sleep?
You go to sleep whenever you like. This is your room. We sleep next door. All of this is for Tombutu? Yes, all of this is for Tombutu.
In my village, 2 families sleep in an area this big.
Well, here in America, one big-ass Mexican kid sleeps here. Enjoy. And then I would take him to IHOP or Denny's and let him order whatever he wants and just watch him lose it,
This is the Thanksgiving I heard of. Thank you, Mr. Fluffy. Thank you. If there is anything Tombutu can do for you, please tell me. Anything.
Can you help me take out the trash?
For you, I will eat the trash.
Meanwhile, my son is on the other side of the world on top of an elephant trying to get Wi-Fi. I'm just saying, you guys, I love my kid, but you know what? He's a little spoiled. That's why I like it when his friends come over the house. You know, his friends are constantly reminding him of the place he's in life. And that's one thing. When you tell your kids something, okay, that's one thing. But when you can get their friends to say what you're thinking, you can't pay for that. And they're always telling him, Frankie, you're so lucky, man. You're so lucky. Your dad's trying to help you go to college. You're so lucky. He wants to help you get a car. My dad doesn't even trust me to walk. You're so lucky, Frankie. Because see, my son is numb. He's numb to you guys, and he's numb to me. He doesn't see Fluffy, okay? My son sees Dad. And that's how he says it. Dad, Dad. Yeah, I'm the guy that tells him, clean your room, take a shower, put on deodorant, which he does very well now. But Austin, you saw what I had to do to make that happen, right? His friends, though, man, they come over the house. I love these guys. I love them. One, his name is Ken. He works good with computers. His other friend, his name is Fabian. He wants to be a police officer. Both of these kids are really, really good. And I know I say kids, but they're all 18. But I'm 39, so, you know, for me, they're kids. Some of the conversations we have, really good. Some of them, I'm like, what am I doing? For example, at home, I usually dress, not like this, I mean, just like a t-shirt, but just t-shirt, shorts. Usually I like Marvel comics and I like, you know, comic book stuff. So that's usually where I wear around the house. That or something that has WWE on it or freaking Star Wars. I like wearing stuff like that at home. One day, I'm wearing an Avengers t-shirt and Frankie's friend, you know, Fabian sees me. And by the way, just so you guys know at home, it's pretty funny. When I walk into the living room, my son's friends freak out. And it's funny because my son is so just numb. You know, I walk in the living room and Frankie's like, hey, Dad. His friends see me, they see this. With like doves. You imagine if every time you walked into a room that happened? He's here! Ladies, imagine if your guy could do that for you. It's your anniversary, a celebration, your birthday, you're laying in bed and you're like, what are you gonna do to me? What's gonna happen? One extra dove. Just a thought. Anyway, back to my son's friends. So I'm wearing this Avengers t-shirt, and Frankie's friend Fabian stands up, and he sees me wearing the shirt, and he points. He goes, hey, and I go, what's up? And he goes, weak. Excuse me? Weak. DC's better. What? DC's better. I'm like, DC's okay, you know. Obama lives there. They pass laws. They have museums, hotels. I don't know that it's better. It's not even a real state. It was DC Comics, man. I go, oh, well, whatever, dude. It's just a t-shirt. I like it. It's cool. No big deal. That's because they suck. I go, dude, chill. Batman is better than Iron Man. I go, hey. And the adult in me is saying, what are you doing having this conversation? You have better things to do with your time. But no, the kid in me is like, I want to know why. Tell me. Why is Batman better? Because he is. I go, that's not an argument. First of all, Batman's not better. I'll set the record straight. Batman is not better. Batman is creepy. Batman is the creepiest superhero that has ever lived. He's creepy. He even sounds creepy. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. You don't recognize that voice? Want some candy? Help me find my puppy. He only comes out at night. He's always hanging out in alleys. His face is always covered up. And who does he associate himself with? A guy named Joker, a guy named Riddler. His name is Batman. Joker, Riddler, Batman. Joker, Riddler, Batman. Those are Mexican gang member names. Can you imagine if that was his real identity at night? I'm Batman. During the day?
No, chinga su madre, soy Batman, loco. Aquí me tiene trabajando como burro.
So I said, all right, Fabian, Mr. DC's better. Based on my t-shirt says Marvel on it. And I see Incredible Hulk, I see Thor, I see Iron Man. Who are some of the superheroes that DC Comics has that makes them better? Go. Batman, you said that. Superman, that's a good one. Wonder Woman, okay. Green Lantern. Wait. I said, I know the other superheroes, but Green Lantern? I said, what's his power? He wears a ring, and the ring gives him power. I said, that's a fantasy. I don't know any man who wears a ring who has power. And if you're not clapping right now, my point exactly. You can't clap. You know why? Because you're sitting next to kryptonite. I hear some of you are there. I hope you guys are okay. That's a big compliment, by the way. Anytime we hear people in the room and they're starting to laugh so much that they begin to cough, that lets me know I'm making you laugh so much. Your own body is rejecting the activity that you're participating in. Your own lungs are telling you, this is not good for you. You should leave, but you're stubborn. You're like, no, the ticket was expensive. That's usually from men. From women, it's a little different. Anytime I hear women laughing so much that they begin to snort, that tells me I'm making you laugh so much, I'm causing you to inhale and exhale at the same time, forcing you to make that. And that girl's laughing hard over there. I could tell you're a snorter right there. Yeah. Anytime I make if I can make a woman snort more than 2 times, that tells me I made you pee just a little. So, big compliment. You can't pay for that one. Another thing that I now consider a compliment is that from time to time, I have people at the shows who are not accustomed to laughing for extended periods of time. And they get so involved with the show and so excited that they forget to do a very basic thing called breathing. You'd be amazed how many times I've seen this. And people pass out. And when it happens in the front row, that's messed up because only I can see what's happening. The whole crowd is laughing and I'm like, oh, and I'm looking down and I see they're looking at me for help.
Fluffy, do something. Do something. He woke up. Thank you. Yeah.
And fortunately for me, I've never had anyone die at one of my shows. And I know that sounds crazy to say that, but it's never happened, and I'm very grateful for that. I have had people hurt themselves, though. I had a lady in Ohio who was up in the balcony, and she laughed herself unconscious, and she freaking and went forward. What? Didn't die. And when I say it went forward, she hit her head on the rail. She didn't, Fluffy killed another one. Ooh. I didn't see this because the spotlights were in my face, just like tonight. I couldn't see what was happening upstairs. It wasn't until after the show was over that Martin comes out and he whispered in my ear, hey, bro, some lady hurt herself. Let's go check on her. Let's go. So we go behind the curtain, and there's a security car waiting for us. So we jump in the car, and they raced us around to the front of the building. As soon as we get to the front, we see an ambulance, and we're like, this is serious. So we walk in. And not to take anything away from this moment, but it's a little bit funny in the sense that my show just finished and people are now leaving the building. And they see me walking in the front door. You got to see it through my eyes, He's big, but he's fast. I don't know how the hell he did that one right there. So immediately I walk in and I cut right. The lady's sitting on the steps with 2 paramedics, and they got a gurney, they got the machine and everything right there. And I'm like, ugh. Now, the lobby's filling up with people, and I'm getting recognized like that. So I'm trying to get to that lady as quickly as possible, but it's a little bit hard because people are starting to walk up. So I started doing this to throw people off. I'm like walking towards the lady, but I'm doing it like this. Are you okay? Are you all right? People see me doing that, and they're backing up. They're like, what the hell's going on? And so a line just opened up. It's not until I get over to the paramedics that one of them said something. What are you doing to the lady? What are you doing? I go, listen, bro. The woman obviously sustained a head injury, and I'm slowly giving her a chance to process the fact that it's really me. And I'm slowly getting closer. I realize now that I'm in this amazing position in life where I can no longer walk up from behind someone at one of my shows and just go, hey. Because then, clear. Fluffy killed another one. So she sees me. The woman must have been 55, 60, little Asian woman, right? She looks up and she's like, oh, you too funny. You almost killed me. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Is there anything I could do to make you feel better? Yes, feel better. I would like a 2 t-shirt. I'm gonna get you 2 t-shirts and 2 DVD. Like, you're not that hurt. Get your ass over here. Come on. I got you. As soon as she gets up, one of the paramedics is like, hey, she shouldn't be standing. She hit her head. I go, listen, bro. I said, I'm the artist performing here tonight, and I accept full responsibility over this woman, okay? Full responsibility. I says, I got her. She was tiny, and besides, we're walking 10 feet to a merchandise table. No big deal. So I got her right here, and we start walking. The second we start walking, she starts venting. Mr. Fluffy, you have no idea the kind of week I've had. My son has stressed me out so bad. He married this girl. Oh, she no cook, she no clean. Move into my house. Oh, now I have to cook and clean for 2. Oh, some bullshit. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, that's gonna happen to me. I must apologize because I do not know who you are until today. A friend gave me a ticket to your show. And she said, Susie, you stress too much. You need to get out of the house. Here, ticket to the Fluffy. And I look at the ticket. Ticket say, the Fluffy. I don't know. It's a comedy. I think it's a musical like a Cats. I say, okay, I go see a Cats. Fluffy. And then your friend Martine walk out on stage with a big hair. I say, oh, this not the Cats. This not the Cats. This Lion King. Yes, that's a Mexican Mufasa. Then he started cracking jokes and I laughing. You come out on stage, I laugh so hard I cannot breathe. And I black out and I wake up and I have an ice pack on the head, the blood in the eye, and the 2 young white men paramedic, they touch me right here. They say, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? What did you tell them? Oh, never better. Oh, Susie, never have a 2 young white men so pretty touch me right here. Same time, your show very special show. Your show like a Make-A-Wish. It's like a Make-A-Wish. Mr. Fluffy, if I have a scar, you're gonna sue. Not going to sue. If I have a scar and the friends ask me, how you get the scar? Now I have a good story to tell. I'm going to say, 2 white men. Same time. While a Mexican watch. I got a chance to meet someone who I've been a big fan of since I was a little kid. Now, some of you might agree, some of you might disagree, but I grew up watching his movies, and for me, it was a big deal. I met Arnold Schwarzenegger last year. Now, I didn't know him or like him as a politician, and I didn't follow him as a bodybuilder. I just knew he was the Terminator, and that was like my favorite movie forever. And so here's the story. I'm at a red carpet event in Hollywood for some independent film that I still haven't seen. And I'm standing there with my publicist, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this mob of people, and I hear his voice, and I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, look at this. Relax, Gabriel, relax. You've never met Arnold? No! I know him. I'm his publicist sometimes. Would you like me to introduce you? Yes! She takes me by the hand and walks me over to Arnold's area. I am geeking out so bad, I look like a big-ass toddler. As soon as we get to his area, he's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's already got like 20 people around him. So I'm just patiently waiting my turn, and I'm watching him meet people. And I'll just tell you right now, Austin, no one on this planet is better at meeting fans than Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's the greatest person meter I've ever witnessed. And the reason I say this is because he's very engaging. He grabs you by the hand. He pulls you in. He looks at you right in the eyes. And you get exactly what you think you're gonna get. He's very in touch with who he is, and he turns it on. It's awesome to watch. How are you? So great to meet you. This is incredible. With these lights and this red carpet, you're so strong. You pump iron. Aye, look at you. Get down. I'm kidding. Don't get down. You're so silly. Stand up here. What is going on?
People are walking away looking at their hand. Everyone is just leaving with this awe moment, you know, and I'm watching them for 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes of watching them meet people, I noticed something. Arnold Schwarzenegger has a handler, a guy whose job it is to basically reset Arnold for the next person he's about to meet. Arnold doesn't cut off a conversation with the fan. The guy behind him signals Arnold that it's time to end the conversation and move on to the next person. Here's the trick. He squeezes the back of his arm right here. He squeezes that. That lets Arnold know, time to end, time to move on. It's awesome to watch. This is incredible with these lights and these carpets and this red carpet. This is incredible. Excuse me. How are you? Nice to meet you. And I'm like, oh! So I yelled out to the handler, hey! And the handler looks at me. Hit him! I want to meet him. Hit him! And he starts laughing because he realizes that I see how the Terminator's really working. So he goes, he's laughing, so he starts lighting Arnold up, you guys. He's hitting him fast. Arnold's just like, how are you? Pardon me. Excuse me. Nice to meet you. Excuse me. How are you? High five. Very good. Okay. Very good. I'll be back. Okay. Excuse me. Pardon me. How are you? Very good to meet you. Yes. He's coming down the line. And I'm just waiting. And I stick my hand out, and he grabs it, and he pulls me in, and he's like, how are you? So great to meet. Wait. I recognize you. I know who you are. You're the comedian who tells a joke about the Indian man trying to rob a bank, but he cannot rob the bank because they're making fun of him. And in my head, I'm like, he knows me! But outside, I'm like, yeah, that's me. You are hysterical. You have to be the funniest person I've ever seen. Oh my God, you... Excuse me. How are you? Nice to meet you. Welcome. This is incredible, right? With this red carpet and this... I swear to God, he's like a roller coaster. I want to go to the end of the line and ride him again. You know what I mean? It was just... Formed at a university not too long ago, and I won't say the name because then I don't want you guys to get weird on me. But here's the point. They had so much money at this college that their own campus police department that they have, they bought all of the officers Priuses for their department. Now, that's not even the joke. And you can Google this after the show so you can see that I'm not lying to you. Just Google police Prius, and you'll see. And you'll be like, ah! Yeah. And you'll know which college, and then it'll be too late. So, this is not the joke. What's funny to me is that if you're an officer of the law, and you're trying to fight crime, the first thing that people see when you arrive is your mode of transportation. Your vehicle needs to establish dominance of the situation before you set one foot outside. In California Highway Patrol officers, the majority of them now drive SUVs. So when you get pulled over, you feel it. You know? And people are like, don't kill me! Now imagine getting pulled over by... Don't let me get stopped by a cop in a Prius with an attitude. You know why I stopped you? Because I let you. You imagine the first time they did a DUI stop, the guy probably didn't even get out of the car, and he just got on the radio. Sir, step out of your vehicle now. Okay, all right, okay. All right, okay, all right. Is that a Prius? I must be drunk. Sir, walk the line. Okay, all right, okay, I'll walk the line. Officer, hey, if I gotta go to jail, can you call a real cop car to pick me up? Keep walking, smart ass. All right, officer, real quick. Hey, charge my phone. Sir, you're going to jail. My poison of choice is tequila, and some of you already know that. And to the young adults, you know, it is a poison, all right? It is. It's just a delicious one. I avoid certain drinks, like tequila is usually the only go-to that I have. I avoid Jaeger. I don't do Jaeger. Especially here. Yeah, I've been on 6th Street. You hear people, Jaeger! Jaeger's the only alcohol that will make you scream its name, by the way.
Think about that. That is the only alcohol that people scream its name. You don't hear anybody else. You don't hear Mexicans. Tequila, güey. You don't hear black people. Hennessy, playa. You don't hear Japanese. Woo, saki, saki. But Jaeger, ugh. Another reason why I'm not a fan of Jaeger is because I'm type 2 diabetic. I shouldn't even be drinking, but there's twice as much sugar in Jaeger. Okay? Another thing is the consistency of Jaeger. It's like medicine. It's like cough syrup. The problem with that is that if you drink too much of it, it's very sticky on the inside, and it takes longer to come back. You know, if you have one too many Coronas, you know what happens. And then you return it to the rightful owner. Jaeger makes you feel like you got to bring it back, but you can't. All it does is make you dramatic for 45 minutes. You've seen that person. You okay? I'm fine. They can't throw up. All they're doing is 6-minute abs. They sound like an old car that won't start. You take them by the hand, you drag them into the bathroom, lean them over a toilet, nothing. Nothing. You're trying to motivate them. You can do it. People are outside knocking on the door. Are you okay in there? I think someone's hurting a dog. Not safe. Another alcohol I refuse to mess with anymore is wine. Let me explain. I know some of you are like, Let me explain about wine. I don't like wine for a few reasons. The main reason is that I don't like the fact that it's socially accepted. And what I mean by that is that if you see a man crossing the street with a bottle of wine, immediately he's judged, but in a positive way. Because wine is always associated with something high class, something positive, an anniversary, a celebration, some type of promotion. Something good is always attached to wine. Women see a man with a bottle of wine and a couple of glasses, and immediately, someone's gonna have a nice time. Aww, lucky bitch. It's still alcohol. It will still mess you up. The main reason why I don't like wine is because you cannot accurately measure wine. You can measure real alcohol. It's called a shot. And you know after drinking enough times what you can handle and what you can't handle. Because people that drink a lot love to brag about their drinking abilities. You know, 11 shots of Cuervo. Woo! Yeah! Even women. After 4 shots of Don Julio, I am so good. 4 shots is my sweet spot. What happens if you do 5?
I'll wake up in an alley.
What happens if you do 6?
That's how I met Tyrone.
See, with wine, you cannot accurately measure how much you're drinking unless it's by the bottle, and that's a whole different problem. Glasses. Wine glasses are always different sizes. Sometimes they're big, sometimes they're small, and then you have to depend on someone who's pouring it, especially at a restaurant. Sometimes people know what they're doing, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you get that one guy with a real heavy hand and he fills it all the way up, which is what you're not supposed to do. Or you get the person that's seasoned who gives you a little bit less than half of the glass, which is the proper amount. Or you get that greedy bastard from Olive Garden. And it gives you a little sample and you gotta hold it up and... Oh, that's good. I got a coupon for that. Plus, you never see wine drinkers drinking with real drinkers in dive bars. You might see them at a social gathering like this or a corporate function, but never at a little hole in the wall. You're never going to see Jaeger!
Tequila, güey!
And in the middle, Merlot, I say. Oh, this is a fantastic establishment. I truly enjoy the decor here. It's amazing. Who cuts your grass? It's brilliant, I tell you. When I go to England, that voice scares me a little because their English is so proper. And no matter how smart you are, when you hear the way that they speak over there, it makes you feel less intelligent. Seriously, and then they hear us talk over there. Oh man, you don't even know. When they hear us talk, how we sound to them, it's backwards. We hear them, we're like, ooh, they sound smart. They hear us talk, you know how we sound to them?
They sound like this right here, okay? How you doing there, buddy?
Not saying that guy's not smart, but he doesn't sound like the other guy. And I know some of you are judging me. Some of you probably sound like that tonight, and that's okay. But imagine if you're about to have heart surgery. Okay, which doctor do you want? This is going to be a painless procedure. We have plenty of medication and the best doctors to work on you. Or, we're going to cut this some bitch open right now. I'm going to take that out, I'm going to put a brand new one in your little ticker right there. I'm going to wind you up and send you on your good old way there. Yeah, I'll take the other guy, please. Yeah, thank you. In England, to us, they all sound the same. They all sound the same no matter what they're doing. Whereas here in America, we always have a voice for whatever's presented in front of us. We adjust. For example, we all have our trying to get a good job voice. You know? If you'll check my references, you'll see I'm the most qualified for this position. Call Frank Torres. Frank will tell you the amazing job I did for him about a month and a half ago. I'm going to give your company 110%. You can take that to the bank. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Please feel free to call anybody on the list. Have a good day. Then you walk outside.
Hijo de la chingada, ojalá que me den el pinche trabajo, porque no, eso está difícil, get to get a job, get a job, sí, sí.
We have our drinking voice. Jaeger! We have our freaky voice. So you don't even know what's going to happen. You're going to get it. You don't even understand. You don't even know what I'm going to do to you. You're going to go. You're going to walk funny when I'm done with you. Yeah, you don't even know. I'm going to hurt you. In England, they sound the same no matter what they're doing to us, you know. We're trying to get a job.
If you'll check my references, you will see the most qualified for this position.
When they party.
If you'll pour me the wine, I will drink it. This is brilliant, I tell you.
When they're making love.
I'm going to lower my drawbridge and introduce you to the Queen. Yes, I shall. I'm going to defile you in such an amazing fashion. You will rule the day you came across me at that local pub. When you arrive at that magical moment, I want you to scream victory. Victory! My job is done here. I shall be in the kitchen if you require any of my assistance.
I'm a dork. Sorry, and I know the kids in here are like, oh my God. Yeah, if the door's ever locked and it's late at night and you hear them.
Victory!
A long time ago, I did a joke about a comedian who you saw on stage tonight by the name of G. Riley. And I played a practical joke on him years ago that's now known as the racist gift basket story. I had no idea that 7 years ago when we played this practical joke on G, that I would still be getting haunted by this joke. People now bring me Mexican racist gift baskets. And I'll tell you, and there's no cake in it, by the way. Let me just tell you, the first time it happened, I was in Los Angeles, and this guy walks up to me after the show, and he's like, hey, bro, got your racist gift basket. I said, we're the same race. Hey, whatever. All right, whatever. I take this basket in the back, and it actually had things that I really liked in it. There was a Mexican blanket with a tiger on it, a couple bottles of Fanta, some Peñafiel. There was a Mexican candy, freaking pan dulce, a Vicente Fernandez CD. Everything made it back to my house. Now, the more East Coast and the more down south we started performing, the more creative the gift baskets started getting. Fast forward to Mobile, Alabama. Really? Texas? Yeah. I'm just saying. Look at some of you.
Este pinche gordo ya me cayó gordo.
I'm just saying. Earlier tonight, when you saw Martin on stage, he made a couple of announcements. One of the announcements that he made was, if you brought a gift, please hold on to it until after the show. Don't bring it to the stage. It could interrupt the flow of the performance, blah, 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 blah. The only reason why he makes this announcement every single night is because of one show that happened in Mobile, Alabama. Now, the way this venue is set up with the seating is, there's an aisle right here, and there's an aisle right there. At the venue in Mobile, it was basically crowd, and then aisle right up the middle. So I tell the racist gift basket story, which is about 15 minutes long, and when I finish, this guy from the back of the theater rushes the front of the stage. Keep in mind, there is security there, just like tonight. However, over there, they see this guy walking with a giant gift basket, and no one's stopping him. They see the guy, the whole building sees the guy, but security's just staring. They're like, that's pretty.
The guy makes it all the way to the front and he puts the gift basket on the stage. And then he proceeds to heckle me right from the front. And I'm standing here, right? And he's like, Fluffy, I got this for you. Thank you. Open it. I go, sir, I appreciate the gift, but we're kind of in the middle of a show right now, so I'll be happy to open it after the show. Thank you for the gift. Oh, come on, man, I want to see your face. I said, sir, how about this? How about you take the gift basket and you bring it over here to the side of the stage, and I'll have one of the security guards bring you backstage with the basket, and I'll open it when I get off the stage. How's that? Oh, come on, Fluffy. Come on, man. What's going on right now is that the crowd just heard me tell the racist gift basket story, and now they see a guy with a gift basket. They have no idea what's really going on. They have no idea that I'm not affiliated with freaking Duck Dynasty in the front row. So now I'm trying to diffuse the situation before it goes somewhere where I can't bring it back. So I'm just trying to do something. I'm like, sir, seriously, it would be so much better. How about you just take the basket? It'll be cool. I'll open it right in front of you back here. And he's not having it. And then he does something no other audience member has ever done in my 20 years as a comedian. He takes the entire crowd away from me, flips them, and then uses them on me in 5 seconds. It was the most amazing, horrifying thing I'd ever witnessed. This is how he did it. Come on, Fluffy! We want to see your face! We want to see your face! He gets 1,500 people behind him to start chanting, we want to see your face! We want to see your face! It was very obvious this was not the first rally he's ever led. The crowd is so loud, you guys, I can't hear myself over the microphone. So I said, you know what? I lost. So I put down the microphone, I get on my hands and knees, and I start tearing the gift basket open. I reach in. Forget about pulling out Mexican soda or Mexican candy or Mexican sweetbread. This guy was a professional. I started pulling out gardening tools. Oh yeah, I pulled out a little shovel, a mini rake, a little toy leaf blower, a Home Depot gift card. Dig deeper, Fluffy, dig deeper. I pull out a soccer ball. I said, dude, this is Puerto Rico. They ran out of Mexico, son of a bitch. I pull out an actual application for U.S. citizenship. I said, it can't get any worse. Apparently, it does. Keep digging, Fluffy. I'm like, are you kidding me? I pull out a box of old school Crayola crayons. You know the box that has 64 in it? And it has a little window so you can see all of the colors that are in the box. All of the crayons in the box are brown except for one white crayon that's right in the middle. And I said, what the hell is that supposed to mean? And he looks at me and he says, welcome to my world. The crowd laughed so hard, I knew for a fact that I didn't have a joke that was going to follow that laughter. So I made it seem like that was the end of my performance. I was like, thank you, good night. And I picked up the gift basket and I gave the guy a dirty look, motherfucker, and just kind of ran off the stage. I go behind the curtain and Martin is standing there. And Martin's like, bro, you killed it out there. I said, they weren't laughing at my jokes, man. What were they laughing at? And I showed him the application. Ah! You're not my friend. So I walk into my dressing room. I'm upset. I close the door, put the basket down. I'm scratching my head and I'm trying to figure out what could I have done to have prevented this situation. So I'm starting to play out scenarios in my head. Should I have grabbed the gift basket, moved it to the side? Should I have had security grab the guy, have him sit down? Should I have had security grab the basket on the guy? Everything that I'm coming up with is ending worse than what actually happened. Finally, I take a shower, I get dressed, security shows up. Mr. Iglesias? Yeah. You ready? Yeah. So I grab my backpack, I put it on, I go to the door. I open up the door, I'm like, let's go. Security sees the gift basket sitting on the chair. And he's trying to be nice and helpful. I'll get that for you, sir. Ah! Yeah, go ahead, bring it. Never know when you might need an application. So now we're walking out the door. We're walking through a parking lot on our way to the tour bus that's parked at the very back. As we're walking, he's having a little small talk with the guy. He's pretty cool. All of a sudden, I hear this. Fluffy! Fluffy! Fluff, 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 fluffy! Fluffy! I'm like, is he hog calling me? I believe so, sir. It's the guy that gave me the gift basket, and he's standing right next to the tour bus. So I'm going to have to walk past him. So then I stop. I'm like, man. Security like, want me to call for backup? No, you don't need backup. It's going to get weird. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. So then the guy gets frustrated because I stop walking. So then he starts walking towards me, but he's doing it all weird. He's like, Fluffy. Fluffy. I'm not gonna do anything. And he walks over. He's just all over the place. All right, look here, Fluffster. First and foremost, I just want you to understand something. I'm a big fan of yours. I know you don't feel that way. I saw what you said to me from the stage. The good Lord wouldn't appreciate that. But let me just explain something. I've been a fan of your comedy for a long time, man. Ever since the first time I saw you do that racist gift basket story and you played that joke on your colored friend G. Man, first time I saw you do that joke, I wanted to laugh really hard, but I couldn't because I was at a bar sitting next to two black people, right? And you can't laugh at a black joke in front of black people because they get all sensitive, start chanting civil rights and Rosa Parks and shit like that. And anyway, I voted for Obama, but apparently that's still too soon, know what I'm saying? So I went home and I got on the internet and I Googled racist gift basket, and sure as hell it popped up and it had me a big old laugh. And I said, man, I love your comedy because you push the envelope, but you don't cross it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you guys are still friends, and that's the bottom line, okay? So I says, if Fluffy ever shows his ass in Mobile, be first in line to get me one of them tickets. And you showed up. So I tell my friends, we're going to go see the Fluffster, my treat. And I says, I bet you anything he would appreciate it if somebody were to get him one of them gift baskets like he got his buddy G. Except we got you the UPS version. UPS version? What can Brown do for you? Know what I'm saying? So, unfortunately, you got all offended by what happened, and it's very sad because here in the South, we have this horrible reputation sometimes for not being the most hospitable people towards minorities, but I don't want you to feel that way. We weren't trying to scare you. We weren't trying to be evil to you. We love what you do. We were just trying to have a little fun, the same way you had a little fun with your friend G, and you made it seem like it was okay, so we thought it was okay to mess with you. And by the way, do you have any idea the amount of time and energy we put into that basket? You have any idea how long I was on the internet trying to find a goddamn application for U.S. citizenship? In English? Are you shitting me? Everything's in Espanol. Ain't nobody got time for that. I voted for Obama. But anyway, the bottom line is, I'm sorry for messing with your show. It'll never happen again. I just wanted to say face to face, mano a mano, I'm sorry. I love you and I'm sorry. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a dick. Sir, you don't have to apologize. I should be the one apologizing. I handled myself poorly. I could have done things different. I'm sorry for making you feel that way. And I'll be happy to take a picture. Now see that? See right there. That's what I'm saying right there. My friends were like, the hell with that beaner. I'm like, nope. That beaner is good people. So when he pulls out his camera, right? And he tries to hand this disposable fun saver camera to this 19-year-old security guard who apparently has never handled this level of technology. So he puts down the gift basket in front of us. We hand him the camera. He starts fumbling with it. And then the guy wants to pose, okay? He puts his arm over my shoulder, but it's kind of weird because I'm way taller than he is. So I have to do this one right here. And now he basically has me in a headlock. And then he just starts ranting. Look here, Fluffster, let me just tell you again how happy I am to have you right here. You're an amazing individual. I'm going to continue to pray for your success and for your family and your friends. You're a good people. I don't have any children, but if I ever have one, I hope he has your spirit. You're an amazing individual. God bless you. I go, sir, thank you very much for saying that. I appreciate that. If there's anything I can do, you don't mean that. You don't mean that. Yes, I do. If there's anything I can do, just let me know. Hold up the application. That's called karma.